All right, good morning everybody. Meteorologist Rebecca Sweet here. The time is almost 11 a.m. on your Saturday morning, and boy, what a day, folks. It has definitely been a busy day across East Tennessee, and I cannot say enough how much we appreciate you. We are thankful for all of the videos, pictures that you guys have sent us of the snowfall totals in your area, the updates on the roads, your dogs playing in the snow, your kids playing in the snow. So grateful that A, this event is happening on a Saturday, but B, that everyone is just getting a chance to kind of embrace this weather when it's definitely a quieter day. So it is a 10 weather impact day, and this was primarily due to some of the snow that we had in place this morning. We're still looking at some bands of snow continuing to push their way through the region, and so we're not completely done per se with seeing some snow, but as for accumulating snow and just how much more precipitation we're expecting, it really is going to start to taper off here as the morning goes on. And you have to really imagine, so we've said this time and time again, when we have this cold Arctic air in place, what it likes to do is just wring out the atmosphere. And so any type of precipitation that we have left is going to come down in the form of some very light snow flurries. What we had early this morning, or I should say late last night, that was right along the cold front, and that was heavy, wet snow. The reason why we had some downed trees, power outages, in addition to some very gusty winds. It was almost like we had a thunderstorm, and in some locations we did have thunder snow that may have, many of you may have heard in the early hours of this morning. So it was just a really impactful storm, and we're still going to be seeing the impacts as the day progresses on. So still tracking again a few more additional snow bands moving into the area. This is a live view from Gatlinburg. It looks like a winter wonderland, folks, and it's not only Gatlinburg that's continuing to see some snow. We're seeing snow flurries all across East Tennessee. And speaking of snow, let's talk over some of these snowfall totals. Check it out, y'all. These are some updated numbers that we've had. And again, we may see these numbers increase just a little bit due to a few more of these flurries that are continuing to slide into the area. But really roughly, this is kind of the ballpark of where we're going to be seeing our snowfall totals end up at. Highest total so far is in La Follette, and this is 10.6 inches of snow. Incredible snow. Arthur and Claiborne County looking at 10 inches of snow. Bearden in Knox County, 8.4 inches of snow. 8 inches in the Carnes area, 8 inches in Caryville. So just incredible snowfall totals. These are the highest numbers that we've had so far reported. And then in La Follette, again, we get 7 inches all the way down to Lenoir City, 6.8. Sharps Chapel, 6.7. Powell, 6 inches of snow. 10 Miles, 6 inches of snow. Philadelphia, 5.5. McGee-Tyson Airport getting in an estimation, or not an estimation, a recording of 5 inches of snow. And kind of putting this into perspective, folks, our yearly average snowfall for the entire year is 4.6 inches. We're over that just from today's snow. We're likely going to be close to 9 inches of snow when it comes to this year's yearly total, or even above 9 inches for this year's yearly snowfall total. So just an impressive number, and a big part of that comes from the snow that we've had today. In fact, today's snow is the most snow that we have had in the month of March since the blizzard of 1993. Wow. Just an impressive number, and so it's kind of neat to take part in this. I'm so thankful again for a lot of folks who have just been sharing their information with us, but this has truly been an incredible system that moved through the area. After the snow continues to taper off, we transition our attention and we talk about temperatures. So we're still going to be looking at impactful weather throughout the rest of the day today, but primarily the impact is going to be from just how frigid it's going to be. Blustery conditions. We've had many folks share videos with us saying, oh my gosh, this blowing snow is crazy. And we are going to continue to hold on to rather strong wind gusts into the afternoon. We're still holding on to winds right now, gusting up to around 25 to 35 miles per hour across parts of the plateau. So blowing and drifting snow may be a little bit of an issue for areas across East Tennessee. And you have to also keep in mind, as we continue to see some of this snow melt on the roadways, this is something we had an issue of growing up in North Dakota. When you get that little melting layer where you get some water in place, if you get some snow that blows on top of that, that can also refreeze, make for some slippery conditions. And so bridges and overpasses, even though we're continuing to see more sunshine today, will still be an issue when it comes to traveling. I know that the National Weather Service does have a winter storm warning in effect until 1 p.m., and that's primarily for travel concerns. But even beyond that point, going into the evening hours tonight, I still expect to see refreezing, slippery conditions going into your Sunday. So for the rest of the day, FUTURECAST models showing that a majority of these snow flurries will come to an end. And if you're not seeing sunshine yet, we will likely look at sunny skies into the afternoon. And yes, that sunshine is going to do wonders on hard surfaces, sidewalks, roads, on top of your vehicle, on top of, again, just like harder surfaces, lawn furniture, tables that you may have in your yard. Yes, that will likely melt the snow in those areas. Grassy surfaces, shady surfaces, this snow is probably going to stick around for the rest of the day. Now we'll continue to see it melt even more as we go throughout the day tomorrow, but anything that melts today will refreeze, and it's going to make for very slippery conditions going into your Sunday morning, with most areas looking at near record-breaking low temperatures tonight. As we look at your winter weather alerts, we do have a winter storm warning in effect for areas in the pink until 1 p.m., and that's primarily due to tough travel conditions. At one point, we had a multi-vehicle crash on I-40 this morning that was likely due to some of the inclement weather, and so certainly, folks, even after the big event ends, drive with caution. And I'm looking at I-40 right now, and it does look like the roads look fantastic, but certainly not a lot of traffic on the roads right now. We're going to continue to see highs today in the upper 20s and lower 30s. Lows tonight going to be dropping down into the teens. Previous record low for today was 16 degrees, and that was set back in 1998. And there's a very good chance, folks, that we will continue to break that record. So we'll watch that for you with those clearing skies. Tomorrow's going to be another cool day, highs in the upper 40s, but if you need something to look forward to, we will continue to see temperatures warming up into the 60s and 70s. So there is some very nice weather on the way, and a lot to look forward to. So really excited about that. So let's see, do we have any questions? We have Maddie, who is she is on social right now, and I didn't know if she had seen anything. Okay, a lot of people giving snowfall totals. That's what Maddie is saying. Fountain City, I would say roughly in that area, it's close to anywhere between 3 to 5 inches of snow. So outside of our station, I think we're close to about 5 inches here locally, and yeah, that's a really great way of putting it as well. Knoxville, Tennessee, so out of McGee-Tyson Airport, we have 5 inches of snow that has been officially reported out from the airport, and that's where we get our official total, again, for Knox County, which is kind of bizarre because the airport's out in Blount County, but that is what we have for our official total here in Knox County. I know a lot of people also asked about thunder snow, because that was a topic of discussion when we were talking about it early this morning. You know, you may have seen the big segment where we have Jim Cantori, and he's like freaking out because they got thunder snow. If you haven't had a chance to see it, Todd Howell was live on Facebook this morning, and he had a similar situation to have that happen. But so with thunder snow, it's basically the same thing that you would think of when it comes to a thunderstorm. So you have enough convection, you have moisture, you have all the elements that you would have with a thunderstorm, but it's cold enough to produce snow. You just have enough warm air aloft, and so you have enough of that energy to produce thunderstorms. So there's enough electric, there's enough static charge, and that's typically where you get thunderstorms at in the summer. So this just happened to be a very strong cold front that was moving into the area, and with the right convection, with the moisture that we had in place, it was the perfect ingredients for us to see a few areas of some thunder activity early this morning. I actually posted a video over on our Facebook page, if you want to check that out, of some thunder snow that was captured this morning from someone just taking video on her phone. But certainly just it's a cool sight to see, especially this time of year in March. But I think honestly for the rest of the day, folks, we don't have to necessarily be concerned about snow per se, but it is just going to be those frigid temperatures that you want to keep in mind. And we're going to be monitoring the road updates. It does look like we're seeing improving conditions, but I know tonight when Cassie's working, she's really going to kind of vocalize the fact that a lot of the melting that we may have had today will be refreezing. And we're probably going to be waking up tomorrow with temperatures feeling like they're in the single digits. So some very dangerously cold temperatures are going to be in store for us tonight, probably hard to process because we have had such warm weather lately. But yes, we're going to continue to see a very chilly weekend this weekend. Thankfully, long term, we will warm up as we go throughout the early part of next week. You think we're good? I think we're good as well too. Stay tuned for updates, everybody. If you haven't had a chance to yet, follow us on our WBR Weather Facebook page. You can follow us here on the Channel 10 page as well. Don't forget to post your photos. We're going to try to reply back to those as much as we possibly can. But happy Saturday, everyone.